McCarthyism and the Red Scare of the 1950s. So, what is it? Well, the Red Scare was the fear of communism that was slowly taking hold in America, led most famously by Wisconsin Senator Joseph R. McCarthy, who was one of the most prominent crusaders against communism. This Red Scare fear was not new. It had been growing since the 1920s after the First World War. So why was this such a problem in 1950s America? Well, after the Second World War, the Communist Soviet Union occupied the eastern half of Germany and began testing out nuclear weapons. This meant that the threat of a worldwide nuclear war was becoming far too real, far too quick. With other countries choosing communism like China and communist North Korea invading the South, the fear of communism spread was seen as a threat to Americans as it seemed to be expanding way too fast. Furthermore, with scandals of Soviet spies climbing government ranks in America, there was a growing fear of an enemy within. Luckily for the American people, there was a hero among the ranks to save the world from communism. He claimed to have a list of 205 communist spies within the U.S. Department of State, which deals with foreign relationships. However, this list is a source of controversy on its own, as the only person who's ever actually seen the list is McCarthy himself. The fight against communism wasn't just for peace, but also for ideologies, as there was a notion that the traditional American way of life was under attack. While democracy was seen as the ultimate freedom with a range of ideals tolerated, it became a dangerous time to be anything but an American nationalist, afraid of anything that didn't align with traditional beliefs. Civil rights activists and LGBTQ members were targeted as the accusations were arbitrary and anyone could be a communist spy. McCarthy's name soon became a noun from Merriam-Webster McCarthyism, the defamation of character or reputation through such tactics of substantiated and widely publicized personal attacks. He conducted many hearings that were deemed unconstitutional, especially because he would harass those being tried for pleading the Fifth Amendment, staying silent, and use that as incriminating evidence. While he was eventually reprimanded by his fellow senators, he was responsible for the loss of jobs and defamation of thousands of people during his reign. Words, "Let's not assassinate this lad further, Senator. Have you no sense of decency?" from Army lawyer Joseph Welch were the nail in the coffin that ended McCarthy's reign during the Army McCarthy hearings, where he went as far as to accuse the Army of communist affiliations. With this, his unpopularity reached a fever pitch and he began to be silenced by the press as he had taken it too far. While the Cold War as a whole is a very interesting topic, the Red Scare is an important piece of American history. McCarthy committed unconstitutional acts against American citizens in the pursuit of upholding the American way of life. It serves as a lesson in overzealous nationalism and the abuse of power that authorities justify as national safety. When the government becomes the thing they fear, it's the citizens who suffer the consequences. Question for you. Should authorities act in the best interests of those they govern? Do they? Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new today.